Hi there, it's Jan here, and in today's session I'm going to show you why you playing good in practice and not as good in that match. So today is going to be loads of talking, and again from my experience, obviously from my personal experience, and also one of you commented there, I'm playing brilliantly in a practice but not as good in a match, basically playing much worse in the match. Number one point, this happens to absolutely everybody, probably except the pros. Even me, I'm playing better in practice, then I have a match, we are a little bit too tight. But I don't want to focus just on this tightness and stuff. It does happen, the tightness, and when we are feeling just a bit more nervous and kind of stressed out in a match, it just means we're not playing enough matches. So we need to play more matches, we need to play more points. You also schedule more points in your trainings. This is what I do actually with my players when we have a group lessons or even privates. Last 10-15 minutes, we usually play loads of points, because it does change everything. Once you start playing the points, it's not the same like if you playing cross court. Let's say when we start in cross court forehand with my players, I'm playing everything nicely to them, more or less. Yeah. Sometimes I try to them a little bit random ball, because it's actually much better that it's even already when we're doing the forehand cross or backhand cross or whatever exercise we do, that is better that the ball doesn't come directly to them. Yeah? Because if I'm going to be hitting everything nicely on your racket, then it's so easy and it's kind of misleading, because then in a match it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to play the ball on your racket. You have to move. And that's slowly we're going to get to the point of where I also want to get to. I want to get to the rhythm and the footwork patterns. And so let's say we start from the situation when I'm playing cross-court with my players. Sometimes I give the ball nice to them, sometimes a little bit on a side, a little bit sometimes shorter, sometimes deeper. So they have to always adjust the movement, because in tennis the most important is to be able to play your technique, the right technique that you like, that works for you, the natural one, but has to go well with the footwork pattern. And you have to be able to do this also in the match, because in the match you have to move 2 or 3 times faster than in an exercise, yeah, when we are training with a coach. So basically the idea is that this technique that you have, the hand technique, yeah, has to fit with the legs together, with that movement rhythm, basically. And you have to be able to be efficient enough to handle even the fast balls, deep balls, short balls. You have to be able to move and then at the same time play the tennis that you like. But what I always say is like, there used to be this interview of Novak Djokovic when he said, if I played like Sebastian Korda, I would be outside top 500, he said. And what he meant with this is that the way the Djokovic plays, I will show you again. As we know, he has a very platform kind of stance. He's always like in this position, like he's very low, he's very always in that position. On the contrary, when you see Sebastian Korda, he doesn't play like this. He's a bit more like this, but he's always also bending. But he plays a completely different tennis, because Sebastian Korda, for example, uses the legs, I would say, even much more. He has a great footwork, it's really efficient, and he manages to do it very fast. But if you would compare Sebastian Korda or let's say even Alcaraz would be maybe a bit closer to Korda, or between them actually. But if you would compare Sebastian Korda to Djokovic movement, it's completely different. It's completely different movement, completely different strokes, everything, because the Djokovic is always balanced, he always has the stability, and then just really goes at the end with the arm, where Korda is more like kind of really hopping around and coming from those legs. Yeah? And some players, you have this, I always say, if you can use the legs like Sebastian Korda or Alcaraz, fantastic. Yeah? Because not everybody can play, let's say, like Djokovic. If you want to model like Djokovic, you can also do. But for me, for example, for me to play like this and to move like this, just like Djokovic, I would be, from my point of view, I would be too slow on the court. I am not able to be as fast as him to stay in this position and move efficiently enough. So for me, when I play on the clay, for example, I would be a little bit more on my toes, show you from a side. And then this allows me to really push from the legs and just kind of bounce around like this. And like this, I'm much faster and I'm able to hit correctly, but I'm much faster when I move, when I play those better guys that have a heavy, fast, deep ball. Yeah? So I always say, the point is this, of this lesson. You focus on the movement first, and then the technique has to fit to that movement. Huh? Because if you don't get there with your legs, it's just not going to work. It's that simple. Huh? Like you can have a fantastic technique. Like I have lots of players, we have a nice technique. We're playing cross court, nice rally. The moment I move them around, they're not able to hit the ball. They're not able to even, they're not even able to to execute that right technique that they were doing without moving. So let's say they were not moving, they were hitting nicely, nice technique. And then I start moving them and they suddenly start playing completely different tennis. Like they completely lose that thing. So what I'm doing recently with the players is I'm warming up slowly. And then as soon as they are ready, I'm doing 2 and 2. So I'm playing 2 forehands, 2 backhands. And this is a great exercise that you can practice on your own because this really makes you to move and at the same time try to put together that hand technique, because the hand technique, the arm technique has to be synchronized with that movement. And that's the most important. And then of course, when you're playing the points, this has to happen out on autopilot. Yeah? So I'm gonna show you now a short clip of me playing a point with one of my friends, Josep, here in Costa Brava the other day, a few days ago. And you will focus on how much I'm focusing on always getting first that position, always moving as much as I can. Only then I can go with the hand. Yeah? And it's so crucial. So the main point here is when you're practicing yourself, you do focus, of course, on a nice technique with your arm, but this arm technique has to be executed super well when you move. So try to do those movement exercises as soon as possible. Tell your coach, move me left to right. Let's see how you play when you move me left to right, if you're even actually able to get there with your legs. Because I'm telling you, I know lots of players, they have amazing hands. The moment I move them, completely falls apart. Everything falls apart. They're not even able to do that nice technique. So then I take it from the other way around. Then we start focusing on the movement and legs. I'm telling them, focus only on the legs, throwing the ball away from them. They have to get there as soon as they can, as fast as they can, most naturally. And then they add that swing into it. Huh? So kind of going from behind, like a reversed. Huh? So not focusing on this, but really focusing on hop, getting there. Now you hit. This is also one of the reasons why I like Carlos Alcaraz, because he just does this. Yeah, when you see him, it's all about the movement, all about the legs. Korda is also great, but he's still a bit too slow in some crucial moments. Alcaraz is just quick enough. He's able to do it. Of course, he's super strong in the legs. That's what I always say. Stronger you are here, easier it's gonna be for you to move around. Then you focus on that arm. But first, you really need to focus on covering the court, covering every centimeter on this pitch or more that you're able to play. Even if you're going to play against worse players, they're not going to give you a nice rhythm. One ball's going to be short, one ball deep, one ball with the angle. You have to be able to cover it. So do these exercises. You can even tell your partner, throw me some balls, random. And you have to try to get there and hit it correctly, but really getting there first. You have to get there and be able to hit that good contact point. That's the most important. And then when you're able to do this, then in the points, you're going to feel much better. So also, what can help, sometimes what we used to do when we were younger, we would be doing 5-10 minutes warm-up and just play 2 hours points. Sometimes we were not having private lessons or group lessons with coaches. We were just playing so many points every afternoon after school, just points. And just by doing this, you'll get there. And then when it comes to the tournament or the league match on Saturday, you're going to be there because it's going to be so easy for you because you've been doing it all week long. And that's the key. Just play matches, schedule matches, but focus on the movement. Make sure that the movement works, that you're able to cover the court, and then the hand technique has to fit into that movement, into everything. It has to be all synchronized. And that's the main outtake of today's video for you. So now I'm going to show you a little example what you can do with one of your players. Here we have Jambiel. He's a medium level player at the moment who is working hard this year, and we're gonna try to focus on this. So I'm gonna give him a random ball anywhere, and Jambiel is really focusing on getting the position as fast as he can, and then to implement the technique. Yeah. But first, he really focuses on those legs. Show me first, like the footwork pattern, if the ball would be there. Hop, hop, hop. Yeah, and then coming back. Hop, hop, hop. Perfect. Come be closer so they can see you. Yeah, good. And now I'm going to have a few balls. I'm not going to tell him where the ball goes. And I don't actually even care if he hit it amazingly yet, because for me the most important that he gets the right position. Sometimes the ball goes too close to him, so he has to make the distance. Sometimes it's far, he has to adjust. So you're watching the ball and trying to get good position. Hop. Yeah. Bravo. Now you are still a bit too far again. But you see, that's the thing. Like if I would hit him to him nicely here, here's a nice shot. Not bad. Good. A little bit more space again. Hop. Yes. Make sure you bend your knees before you hit the ball. And now if the ball is away, let's see. Hop. Get there. Perfect. But you could see the technique was already not exactly the same as here. He had to adjust a little bit. So now he will try to move there faster to have enough time to still do the right technique at the end. But the technique has to fit, the arm technique has to fit into that motion of the legs. Up, get there. Up. Very good. Nice shot. And coming back. One here, short. Step in. Nice. And you're doing like this. Now D-ball behind. Behind. Bravo. Create a space. Create it. Now you had not enough space. Create a space. Up. And good shot. Come more from the legs now. Show me without the ball. You're gonna go hop, hop, hop. Down, loading. Coming, pushing from the left leg. Gonna push more from the left leg. From the back leg. Hop. Push from the back. Bravo. Good shot. And short ball, you're going on the front leg. Close stance. Hop. Bravo. Good. So now we're getting slowly. That is with this. This is the typical clay court exercise that I use a lot. Deep and short ball. You also go to some Spanish academies here. This is exactly one of the most important ones that you want to do, especially for the kids. They need to be able to move back and forth and left, right. Like these are the most important angles at the moment. Again, behind, back, push from the back. Yeah. Now you lost a little bit of technique. Focus on the legs and the hand just at the end again. Up, legs, legs, legs. Better. And now again, come from under. Down and up. Not bad. Slowly, slowly. You don't need to hit it fast. Slowly, slowly. Up, up. Bravo. Back and close stance. Here. That's it. Cover the court. And again, now random ball. Now again, he doesn't know where it goes. Up. Bravo. Back. Up. Bravo. Find it. Here. Good. Adjust, 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 adjust. Up. Super. Bravo. Good job. So I hope this session will help you a lot. Again, focus on the movement, focus on those legs, focus on covering that, basically that tennis court, every single inch of it, and then you focus on that. Model it on Carlos Alcaraz, Sebastian Korda, these guys that they're really using legs very efficiently. Davidovich Fokina recently moves fantastically. He came back after winter with the legs double in size. He bounces on the court so easily. It's just so beautiful to watch these guys. I always say, the stronger you are in the legs, I'm also myself personally working on this. Tennis becomes so much more easier, but you have to be first really good in the legs, getting the good position, getting the best movement as possible. Remember Roger Federer quote, he used to say, the best movers are the best tennis players. Focus on this and it's gonna massively help you. If you did like this session, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification button if you want to receive more videos from me, and I'm gonna look forward to see you next Saturday for more. And very lastly, if you want to learn even more, much more details, make sure to check out my Forehand Masterclass. There is a link below. And that's it. I'm going back on course to practice here. It's a beautiful day. And thanks for watching and have a fantastic sunny day.